One of the most controversial parts of the fracking process is what happens to the wastewater that comes out of the well. When a conventional or unconventional well is drilled and fracked, thousands or even millions of gallons of fracking fluids, made up of water, sand, and chemicals, are forced down the well to shatter the rock. Depending on the site, about 10 to 50% of the fluids get burped back up as wastewater, called flowback, mostly in the first month. The wastewater that comes back is partly fracking fluid, but it also contains a brine of salts, dissolved solids, and toxic heavy metals from mineral deposits that have been lying deep inside the Earth's geology for millions of years. It also brings up low-level, naturally occurring radioactive material, which is often found at drilling sites. It's important to figure out how to safely dispose of the waste. Different companies and places have different ways of handling it. Historically, wastewater has been, and sometimes still is, disposed of in a variety of environmentally dangerous ways. It was often just dumped in rivers and streams. In some circumstances, it can still be disposed of that way after pretreatment, depending on local regulations. Although the U.S. EPA has recommended otherwise, wastewater is sometimes sprayed on dirt roads in warm weather to keep down the dust. In certain places, wastewater is held in an evaporation pit where the sun's heat evaporates the water, and the remaining sludge is taken to a special landfill. Sometimes the flowback is temporarily held in an outdoor, plastic-lined pit. There it is subject to leakage and the weather. Because this way is so risky, companies now often hold wastewater in steel containers until disposal. There are better but more expensive ways of dealing with wastewater. Wastewater should not be sent through public water treatment facilities. They're not equipped to deal with all the different stuff in the wastewater. Some companies have started to process the flowback at special plants or on site, but none of these are perfect solutions. Basically, there are 4 levels of treatment to recycle the flowback. 1. Add water to the flowback and use it to frack a new well. 2. Press the flowback through a crude filter and then use the fluids to frack a new well. 3. Separate out the metals, squeeze them into a non-dissolvable brick, and send them to a special landfill. Recycle, reuse, or further process the water. 4. Use evaporation machines. Extract and purify the water, which can be recycled or discharged, and send the metals, dissolved solids, and the salts, the brine, to landfill. What should local people do? If there is drilling in your area, you should always have a baseline test of your water done by an independent, certified, professional lab before drilling begins. In some places, local citizens can also monitor the streams and other bodies of water, not only to check for possible dumping of wastewater, but also for signs of spills that can happen at many points along the process.